Even though this show's a little longer, we're gonna answer some questions. Listeners have sent in questions for this week. We think they're pretty important, so we want to answer some of those.
Mailbag.
If you have a question, it's still going. Wow, it's really impressive after all the cheering you did at the Cardinal game.
I felt like a balloon just going down right there.
Yeah, that's how we feel about you. The mailbag. You want to submit a question, you go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com, click the submit a question button in the upper right-hand corner. You can also call us, leave us a voicemail question. We're going to answer a couple voicemail questions. The phone number there is 302-464-TFFB. Let's answer a couple of those as soon as I can pull them up.
So, if you call that number, sometimes...
Hey, guys. This is Matt in Minnesota here. Love your show. You guys are great. Question is, this weekend, I have to choose a receiver here. I need to start, and I have a Vincent, Jackson here of Tampa Bay, or T.Y. Hilton of the Colts. Not sure which one will be better. What's your advice? Thanks. I appreciate it.
Ooh, that's
a close one.
That is.
I have Vincent Jackson at 24. I have Hilton at 20. But you guys have them kind of in a different place. Jason has T.Y. Hilton at 29. Mike, you have him at 32, so that bumps him down. Consensus-wise, we have Jackson at 19, Hilton at 25.
I like it.
I would agree with that. Even if Vincent Jackson doesn't get the score, he's been catching such long passes that I think he's going to be safer.
All right, let's go ahead and hit another voicemail question right now.
Salutations, fantasy footballers. This is Jared. I just wanted to call in and say thank you for the show. The fantasy treats that I have gleaned from listening to the fantasy footballers have boosted me to the playoffs in 4 leagues, despite the fact that I started 0-4 in 1 league and am now 3rd, proving that everything that has happened can happen again in reverse. My question today is, I have Dez Bryant in 3 of those leagues, and I want to know, is he going to lose me my league if I play him? Or do I play players like Marty McBride, Eric Decker, Doug Baldwin, Doug Martin, Lamar Miller, John Brown? Am I better off playing those type of players, or do I stick with Dez and hope that he gives me 1 or 2 great games? Thank you. And one more note. Thank you for the entertaining value of the podcast. The show has far-reaching effects. My family knows that on Sunday afternoons when I break out in a David Johnson, they know that moment of really pure insanity was inspired by the fantasy footballers. So
well done.
Thanks again for being one of the best podcasts out there, and the biggest resource and reason that I am being successful in this crazy year of fantasy football. Have a great day.
Well done.
That was a pretty good David Johnson.
I'll answer this
question.
That
was.
Not a bad David Johnson.
Flawless.
And he followed through with the
ooh-oohs. You got to do that. I'll answer this question since I just had Dez Bryant as, higher than you two.
Number 1 this week, right?
No, the answer to this question is yes, he will lose you your championship weeks here. And all of the guys that you named in your list, I would start over Dez Bryant. So I think my bet is just as much an indication on Jeremy Maclin this week as it is on Dez.
Agreed. Everyone listed right there, I would start over Dez Bryant without any question.
All right, Jason in San Diego wants to know, week 14, should he start TJ Yeldon against Indianapolis or Todd Gurley against Detroit?
You
know what? I'm going to go with TJ Yeldon.
I'm going to go Todd Gurley. I believe that with the change of the offensive coordinator, they're going to give him the ball enough, and even though it's a Lions matchup, if you want to bet on one of these guys getting in the end zone, you have to go with Gurley. That's what I would do.
End zone, yes, but better fantasy game, I would go with Yeldon.
Mike has Gurley the lowest of us.
He's got him in the 20s, right?
27. All right, Ian in New Hampshire. In this week, do I start? Oh, look, T.Y. Hilton comes up again. Hilton at Jacksonville, Allen Hurns against the Colts, or C.J. Anderson against Oakland. I'm going to throw this out there. Some news broke during the show. Allen Hurns is probable for the game on Sunday.
That's my boy.
I don't think C.J. Anderson is going to be listed as probable for Sunday.
I don't think he will be.
I would start T.Y. Hilton.
And a probable tag for Allen Hurns means that he is probably in my lineup.
I concur, and that would be who I would go with.
All right, Ethan in Detroit. Actually, this says Ethan is Detroit.
Ethan is Detroit.
So Detroit,
Whoa.
Sweet show, guys. Devonta Freeman is going up against the Panthers this week. Should I start Frank Gore against the Jags instead of him?
No,
I say no.
Yeah, no. Both guys are going to finish probably near each other, but the baseline, you could have a bad game from Frank Gore that you're not going to get from Freeman. He just touches the ball too much and gets it through the air.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that will do it for today's show. Good luck this weekend in your Week 14 matchups, your playoff battles. Mike and I are facing off in a huge matchup, and the winner of our battle plays the number 1 seed,
The Ingramless
Jason Moore. And so it will be an exciting couple weeks filled with interdispersed depression.
Yes, it was not the best start for my team last week with Larry Fitzgerald.
Last night.
Oh, did I say last week?
Yeah.
Last night.
You're already moving on.
With Larry, and I did have the Catman, the Arizona kicker, so he came through with a decent amount of points. But I was not. I wasn't pleased. I'll say that.
Long way to go. Long way to go. Thanks for listening. We'll be back. Check out the website, thefantasyfootballers.com. We'll see you on Monday.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.